I'm Dire Wolf Skull, number 1702. To you. To me and the other dire wolves, back when the earth was covered in natural resources and my bones were covered in skin and fur, I was James.
I'm Dire Wolf Skull, number 2424, which is awesome. Because in life, my favorite number was 24. So, yeah. Sometimes in unexpected places, there is destiny. My name was Ingrid.
My mother was small and gray. My father had the longest tail in the entire Isthmus of Panama.
My mom was an atheist and a poet. There was a small possibility that my dad was a fox.
A thing you need to know about me. I love music.
A thing you need to know about me. I was not a full skull. I had a few cracks, particularly near where my right cheek and eyebrows used to be. So my reconstruction was completed using a small bone from a more severely damaged skull. Dire Wolf number 390.
Harold!
And sometimes he speaks up. But for the most part, this is my story.
If I were alive today, which I am not, here's what I would do. I would put on a hat. Not one of those floppy UV protecting ones, but one that's more form than function. Like the kids wear at Intelligentsia Coffee on Sunset. I would go to Intelligentsia Coffee on Sunset. I would order a small latte with extra foam. And if the barista did not draw something on top of the foam, I would complain. And then if the subsequent art was not to my liking, I would complain again. I would sit at Intelligentsia Coffee on Sunset and sip my latte with art on top, watching cars go by. These are the dreams of the skull of a wolf that got trapped in sticky liquid.
Someone drank coffee here once. It was a man. He was flagrantly breaking museum policy regarding food and drink. He seemed bored, but his children and wife seemed to enjoy the displays of our bones.
I noted this very same man. He was holding a large cup, and steam rose from it, like it seemed to rise from the sticky liquid that entrapped us thousands of years ago.
Inside the cup were the bones of hundreds of wolves.
That's not true.
Metaphorically.
Oh, sure.
Let's talk music. I love the sound of rushes in wind, leaves rustling against each other, the soft hum of the sun as it rises, the crackle of lightning.
I'm into Aerosmith.
Aerosmith is good too.
Steven Tyler is a god among men. And I don't just say that as a dire wolf skull.
About 11 millennia before Steven Tyler was born, there was a hawk circling the La Brea area. And just before it dove to snatch up some prey, it let out this fearsome shriek. And in my lengthy existence as both wolf and fossil, that may perhaps remain the only sound comparable to Mr. Tyler's exquisite...
Harold!
If I were alive today, which I'm not, after my trip to Intelligentsia Coffee on Sunset, I would go to the Hollywood Bowl on North Highland Avenue, where Aerosmith is playing on tour. I would howl my appreciation very loud.
Could I come with you?
No. Oh, but not because I don't want you to, but because we are merely two skulls affixed to a wall of skulls, and therefore neither sentient nor mobile, making a trip to the Hollywood Bowl on North Highland Avenue to see Aerosmith, highly improbable. And as a former direwolf, I tend to think very rationally.
I see.
Technically, you don't. Because you don't have
have
eyes
eyes
anymore.
Let's talk about film.
Oh, let's.
I once saw a wonderful film kicking the nostrils of a woolly mammoth with a cold.
Yeah, I didn't see that film, but I once saw a different kind of film that attached one plant to another plant, and it was almost iridescent, and an insect walked across it.
That sounds like a remarkable film.
Or was. I never forgot it.
When I first saw The Sticky Liquid, I thought it was just a film.
So did I.
Just a film strip. A strip of film lying across the land like dew.
Just a dusting, or like one layer, but nothing dangerous.
Exactly.
So if I ventured into it with 30 or 40 of my closest hunting buddies, nothing would happen to us.
Certainly not to all of you.
Certainly not sinking. You know, the weird suction, the way it felt almost like a joke at first, or like some mammoth was pranking us because we were kind of dicks to his brother and tried to eat him when he was in the film.
Like someone was pulling our legs, one by one, like a good, firm handshake. But the grip gets firmer and firmer, and then it's really not a nice handshake anymore, and you just want to leave, but you can, and maybe you're dreaming. But you're probably not, because dreams involve flying and or voles, neither of which is happening. And you start to reconsider choices made, choices unmade, all the flying you could never do, all the delicious animals left unchewed. And it's minutes, or maybe it's days, or maybe it's weeks before you finally, mercifully...
Carol! Let's talk about eyes.
I wish I still had them.
Me too.
Let's talk about running.
A wind in your fur.
A late Pleistocene moon rising up from the cold ground.
Let's talk about atheism.
Sometimes I think there is no...
Carol, but then sometimes, during the iciest days, I would find proof of him in the tiny things you did.
Who did?
What?
I did?
No.
You said proof in the tiny things you did. Am I the you?
Oh, boy.
You found proof of God in the tiny things I did?
Okay, I used to watch you. I mean, not in a creepy way. Just because you're so gray and so beautiful. You had the pointiest teeth. I mean, all other teeth were round in comparison. You kicked one back leg out a little more than the other when you ran it. So you hunted in little leaping curlicues.
That was my signature hunt.
You were polydactyl. Extra toes,
I was.
just on one front paw.
Noticed me. Nobody noticed me.
You were exquisite.
I was silly.
When I got stuck in the sticky liquid, not when I first got stuck, but days later when I realized I would never be unstuck, I thought about you. I thought about you pretty much exclusively. And regret. I thought about you and regret. I should have talked to you. I should have brought you voles.
I loved voles.
I know.
Voles are my favorite. I once ate 24 voles. I felt very sick. And I felt very good.
And then when they mounted you here, on this wall right behind me, I knew. I knew it was you. It wasn't rational knowledge. I couldn't smell you or see you, but I knew.
So, well,
So, if I were alive, which I'm not, I would run away with you. And we would stop for Intelligentsia coffee at Sunset Junction. And then again at Abbot Kinney. And then again on East Colorado Boulevard in Pasadena. And then we would tour the Roasting Works facility in Glassell Park, because coffee is this millennium's way to express love. And then we would go to a park or an ice rink, and I would watch you run in curlicues until the end of the universe.
and you wouldn't mind,
What?
Harold?
Harold!
I wouldn't mind Harold. Because he is a part of you.
Technically, a part of him is now part of me.
Harold.
I wouldn't mind.
That is so nice. James, I thought of you in the liquid too.
You don't have to say that.
I know I don't, but I did.
I hoped you would never be in the liquid.
I can see that.
Technically, you can't.
Yes, I can.
I would go through the whole process again to get here.
I would watch your film over and over.
I would kiss you if I could turn around.
I would kiss you if I had lips.